Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world, and welcome back to another video. Just something completely different this time. I've been scrolling through TikTok and watching videos here on YouTube and things like that, and kind of just got me thinking about how, us as men and others, women and even children can start losing weight and get on that kind of healthier footing in life. And it got me thinking about my start of this journey that I'm currently on, because it's been a long journey. It's going to be a long journey, but I kind of feel that I'm in the right place for it now. Obviously, as people know that have been following me, or if you don't know and you're new here, hello. I'm on the Slimming World plan. I'm following Slimming World. It's a plan that works for me, and I wish that I took on the plan a lot sooner than I did. So I joined in November last year, and yeah, I wish I joined a lot sooner, because kind of the support network that Slimming World has, with the people in the group, the cheerleaders, the people that want to support you on your journey and see you do well. I really kind of needed that, and it was tough. It was tough at start. So I was 39 stone, 7.5 pound at my heaviest, albeit wasn't my heaviest because I started 6 weeks prior to lose weight, because I was given an ultimatum. Basically, I was given 3 years to live, so something drastic had to be done, and I found it first of all in a gastric balloon. I had a gastric balloon through the NHS, through the hospital. It did nothing for me. That was in for 12 months prior to this journey that I'm on now. I lost 2 stone. It did not work for me. My mental health took a right beating with it. I just wasn't happy. And since then, I've actually been developing all kind of stuff. Since then, I think I probably had a reaction to the balloon at some point. And yeah, it was kind of the little thing that spurred me into, getting my ass off the couch and kickstarting my healthier lifestyle, because that's what Slimming World is. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's kind of teaching me and aiding me on how to benefit my body, kind of live healthier, eat the right stuff, eat the right things. It's really doing a good job. So I started my Slimming World journey well before November. I actually lost 6 stone prior to joining group, following the Slimming World plan. I had the Slimming World books at home. I had everything I needed at home to kind of take me forward. And the reason why I started group much later than I did is because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed about making that huge effort of walking through the doors to Slimming World into a group of people that I didn't know. And then not only that, but standing on the scale. And for me, if I stood on that scale and it came up error, that would have probably broke me. There's no way about it. That would have absolutely destroyed all the work and everything else that I'd done. The embarrassment would have just been off the charts, and yeah, I probably would have self-sabotaged myself. And that's the reason why I didn't join. But following Slimming World plan, I have lost this weight. I've lost 8 stone. You know, I've kind of developed a new way of life. I mean, I'm juggling work at the moment. We've got people off ill, we've got people on holiday. I'm doing a lot more hours within the calf. So yeah, kind of juggling the Slimmer World plan when you work in a kitchen all day long, 12 to 14 hours a day some days, is really tough. And I just need to figure out, you know, kind of giving myself breaks and things like that, and lunch break, which is quite hard to do. A lot of the days there is one of us in. So one of us, the way we are set up, we're both the server, the coffee maker, the front of house, and the cook. So we do it all. You know, it's kind of one staff member does everything. On our really busy days, such as Fridays and Mondays, we'll have 2 people in. And that's because it really is hectic. And I'm kind of like trying to find little time slots, because it always happens that I sit down with a bottle of water, piece of fruit. As soon as I sit down, I'll open up the bottle and someone will walk in. So it kind of always happens. So it's just trying to find a new balance within this work-life thing. I've been quite fortunate that for the first, 8 stone that I've lost, I've only been in 1 or 2 days a week. So I've been able to focus solely on losing weight. And I know everybody can't do that. And they can't afford to do that, they can't afford to take time off work, things like that. I'm quite privileged in that sense. But I needed that time to be able to focus on me. It's not often that people get up to 40 stone. I put 16 stone on in 1 year through illness. I don't know anyone else within my wide circle of friends that have put 16 stone on a year, or anywhere near it for that matter. So, it's kind of, you get up to 40 stone, you get the embarrassment of being that weight, and then obviously, you want to start doing something about it. Now, I could have started like quite a few people do, on TikTok, day 1, day 2, day 3. But I see all the abuse. There's a lot of support there, but there's a lot of abuse. So I kind of keep my day-to-day diary thing of exercise and stuff quite personal. I'll tell you what exercises I'm doing, but I won't show it. So that's why, the food and the cooking side of things comes in, because that's kind of letting you into my life just a little bit, but it probably, I won't say no, won't go any further than that. But yeah, getting back to it, joining the Slimmer World, the first steps to walking through the door were kind of anxiety. It was, oh my God, what are people going to think? Am I going to be stared at? What comments will come my way? It's kind of one of those things where you're kind of open to anything that might happen. But it turns out that actually the Slimmer World group are very lovely people. The consultant makes you welcome. The little team around the consultant that does the weighing in things and takes the money and that type of stuff are very supportive. And then what you find out is every other member in that room are on their journey as well, and their own journey. And some are new, some start the same day as you, others have been there for 2-3 years. Some have been like diamond target members for long times, and it's kind of being able to draw some wisdom and some knowledge from them is probably the best thing about the group. Now, there's only 3 men that actually come into weight at group. I'm the only man that stays to group. And sometimes, it's kind of, you kind of want someone else to talk to. So that's where I use this little medium of YouTube. Because for me, just talking about things and getting things off my chest helps. All the women are supportive, all the women are cheerleaders, and that's great. But then sometimes you also want, kind of a bloke that's going along as well, because you want to learn things. And I know there's a huge difference between men and women on Slimming World. The plan's very much the same. But, there's maybe things that we can pick up from each other. I remember the first time round when I was on Slimming World, I'd done very well. I lost 5.5 stone within 6 months. And there was a chap back then in that group called Mick Frank. You probably won't mind me saying it. And every week was like a little competition. It was really between the two of us, saw both of us lose vast amounts of weight very quickly, because we were sharing ideas, we were sharing meal plans, we were having a chat and a natter and a thing like that. And I kind of feel that sometimes that's what's missing in my group, another bloke to talk to and say, how's the week, how's that, any tips, ideas, things, that men gradually just talk about when it comes to weight loss. And we don't really talk about weight loss that much. You only have to look on YouTube and find how many men are doing Slimming World videos. There isn't a many. Off the top of my head, I can only think there's myself, there's Byron, there's Rufus, and I think that's it. I think that's the 3 of us. Patrick Wayne Time no longer does Slimming World. So yeah, there's 3. Which isn't a lot at all. So I suppose, if you're a bloke and you're watching this and you're thinking, what I could do with losing a couple of pounds, a couple of stone, what's the best way around it? Then Slimming World's the best way around it. The plan is easy to follow. A lot of people talk about calorie deficit. I hate when people go on about calorie deficit. You need to look at your macros and your fibre and your protein and your this blah 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 blah. Actually, you know what? Slimming World does it for you. It takes out the thinking process so you can kind of get that weight off. And it's a tool. Slimming World is a tool. It's one of these little things that helps you along the way. If you want to start adding calorie counting into it as you're going along, brilliant. That just means that you're going to lose probably even more. So, really it's entirely up to you. But yeah, just really give it a go. Give the plan a go. Like I said, the online feature, quite a lot of people use that, do quite well on it. I can't do it. I need the group support. I need people to talk to each week. I need people to kind of give me that little motivation. And actually sometimes if I put weight on in group, they also give me like a little kick up the arse as well. So, it's kind of love-hate relationship with weight loss, but that's where Slimming World group really does come into its own. The plan is easy. People say about, mashing up bananas. Just eat a banana. Just eat it. if you want to put it in a smoothie, then you know what, no one's going to stop you putting it in a smoothie. But just know that by them sinning a banana in a smoothie stops you putting 3, 4, 5 bananas into a smoothie that you know you're not going to be able to eat one after the other straight away. So when you put your bananas into a smoothie, you also normally add apples, blueberries, strawberries, and before you know it, you're on like a 300 calorie drink with 37 sugars in it that actually you won't get any nutrients really out of it. So just eat the fruit. It's that simple. You know, the amount of people that go on about mashing up a banana or avocados. Avocados are healthy, but they also contain a lot of fat. So Slimming World is low fat, but more about eating healthy, eating your fruit, eating your veg, you know, developing your plate. So you've always got your speed food, which is your vegetables, your salad, your protein, your carbohydrates. They always say you can have as much potato and pasta as you want. And it's true, you can have as much potato and pasta as you want. However, what people forget to say is that a third of that portion has to also be speed food. So, you know, if you have a big portion like that of pasta, then you also need one like that of speed food or salad. But you're not going to eat both of them together because it's just way too much. And then that develops into your portion control, the size of your meal. You start to develop that and think for yourself without somebody drilling it into you. So yeah, that's kind of how the Slimming World works in simple terms. You know, the sins. If you want a Mars bar, packet of crisps, have a Mars bar, have a packet of crisps. Then no one's stopping you. All they're doing is saying, you know what? You've got so many sins in a day, you can only have so much Mars bar, so many packet of crisps. Because why not? That's just logic of saying to you, you don't need all that extra food because you're losing weight. It's that lifestyle. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Please do let me know in the comments below. I've rabbited on way too much. We're coming up to 18 minutes. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think of Slimming World? If you're a bloke that has never been to Slimming World and kind of just want to drop any questions or anything like that, then just drop them below. I will answer all and every comment. You know, it doesn't really bother me what it is. So yeah, hope you all take care. I just wanted to get that little bit off my chest as well, and tell you about my journey with joining the Slimming World. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will catch you on the next video, which will be my weighing update. So thank you all, and I will catch you another time. Adios.